Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. Welcome to the West Ham Transfer Rumours Show. As you can see, I've got my hands full with two important items. In this hand, I've got the pink book, the Bible of the West Ham Transfer Rumours here on Hammers Chat. And there's a few rumours to get through today, including a couple of names I've never heard of. In fact, I guarantee you there's at least one name in this video that you've never heard of. Unless you religiously keep up to date with all the West Ham transfer rumours yourselves, but hopefully you don't. Hopefully that's why you tune into these videos. And a part and parcel of doing these videos, there's a couple of made up rumours as well. I've not made them up for clarity, someone else has. We just discuss them and usually discredit them. And in this hand I've got a lawnmower 4, a brand new lawnmower 4 I should say. It's not mine or Gonda's one. This has been sent to us by Manscaped. They've sent it over and said, "Oi lads, Father's Day coming up, why don't we give you a lawnmower 4 for you to give to one of your subscribers for just being a subscriber of Hammers Chat." We're going to give this away later on in this video. I'll tell you how when I do the promotion, when I tell you the video is sponsored by Manscaped, and if you use the code Hammers Chat, you can get 20% off and free shipping worldwide on their website. When I do that bit, I'll tell you how to enter, and one of you watching me right now will win this in today's video. Happy days. Kicking us off today is Junior Adamu, the 21-year-old Red Bull Salzburg striker. 9 goals this campaign for the Austrian Giants, including one in Champions League against Bayern Munich of all teams. But don't go looking it up because it's a really, really good goal. Don't look it up, because if you do, you'll think, wow, what a talent, what a finish, get him to West Ham United immediately. And he can finish, but he's not the finished article yet, in my opinion. The price tag does reflect that, I guess, and maybe I'm being a little bit harsh because I have to confess, while I try and watch Salzburg, I watch Salzburg in bits. So I watch 20 minutes here and 20 minutes there and 25 minutes here, 10 minutes there. Very rarely do I take in 90 minutes of one game of Salzburg. There's 2 reasons I keep my eye out for them, and they are the only Austrian team I do watch. But A, the Austrian Bundesliga is relatively easy to access, and obviously they play in Champions League as well, which helps. And B, because Salzburg are a nest of upcoming talent. The amount of players that have left Salzburg and gone on to achieve really good things in football. They've arrived at Salzburg as a prospect and they've left as almost like a world-class prospect. Haaland being the biggest one and the most recent one, but even before him you've got Hwang Hee-chan, you've got Patson Daka, you've got Naby Keita, Sadio Mane, loads of players, Schlager, loads and loads of players have come through Salzburg and they're now top players in European football. So they're a club worth keeping an eye out for, not just me, but West Ham United and other Premier League clubs too. So my opinion of Adamu, while I have one, it is based on bits of Salzburg during the season, so it's probably not a fair reflection of him. However, when I have watched him, he's not really carried that wow factor that I saw with Patson Daka the season before. When I watch Daka, when you see his movement, how fast he is, his goal scoring, you think, wow, there's a player ready for the Premier League now. Obviously he got his big money move to Leicester, it's not quite worked out yet, but I still have faith it will work out for him at Leicester. With Adamu, I think there's a risk involved. I don't think he's quite ready for the Premier League yet. However, if you were to leave him, either someone else will get him. He's been linked to Leeds United and Southampton just as strong as West Ham United. So it looks like he's on his way to the Premier League to someone. And the price tag's $8.5 million. So it reflects the fact that he's just not quite there yet. It reflects the fact it's a bit of a gamble. But if you don't gamble, you being West Ham in this case, and he goes to Leeds and it works out, well, that's just silly, isn't it? Because now he's 20-30 million valuation. My concern with Adamu, well, he is fast. His movement looks good enough. Some of the goals I've seen, I haven't seen every goal he scored this season. I've only seen 2 or 3. But one of the goals he scored that I remember was just dreadful goalkeeping. It was straight at the goalkeeper pretty much. He doesn't score that in the Premier League. However, one of the other goals I did see him score from memory, he takes it past 3 players and scores outside the box with his left foot. So he can obviously score with both feet. Got a bit of pace about him as well. Just not quite been blown away by him when watching him in bits for Salzburg. So, well, like I said, my opinion is a little bit bitty. Nothing too reliable, but the price tag does reflect that. My concern would be, and this report adds up with the more recent reports, doesn't it? That Moyes is looking for a cheaper and younger striker to almost be second fiddle to Antonio. And if all goes well, they become the striker. They displace Antonio as the man at West Ham United. So it fits that profile. It fills in those reports as well. Like I said, 8.5 million, 21 years old. It's ticking those boxes. My concern would be only having Adamu and Antonio as the striking options next season at West Ham. I don't think he's good enough to be the second choice. I'd be okay if we brought in a other attacker player that can play there, like Emmanuel Dennis, or we brought in somebody that could cover for Jared Bowen, while Bowen was an option for up front if we needed him. So Adamu at West Ham, yes. Adamu and Antonio as the only striker options next season, I'm not too sure about. But certainly this is sort of like the one benefit of the Europa Conference League should we win our playoffs, where you'd expect him to be okay in that competition if you wanted to rest Antonio during that one. So it's one to keep your eye on. I'm not dismissing this rumour actually. While there's a couple of made up ones coming up, I'm not quite sure that this is one of the made up ones, and there might be a little bit of legs in this. So I'm trying to not get too excited, but it does excite me a little bit, I must confess. Now next up we've got our own player, Issa Diop, being linked to Lyon and Lazio for 13 million. Seems a little bit low to me. Maybe it's more realistic than what I would value him at. I thought we could have got 15, 16 million perhaps, but he's been linked to those two clubs for 13 million. And then there's a player that we're being linked to and expected to buy, Nayef Aguerd. Reports today are suggesting that West Ham are haggling over the payment structure of the deal, the bonuses, the add-ons, that we are sort of failing to meet Rennes' expectations of the deal. Now, I'll be honest with you, and I can't believe I'm going to say this. I'm not sure I believe it. I'm tending to believe the reports prior, which was that West Ham simply don't want to sign him whilst he's playing international duty. My hope, and to some extent my expectation, is that we will sign him once the international break's over. We just don't want to sign on the dotted line for deal worth 25, 30 million and he gets injured on international duty, because that would just be foolish, wouldn't it? So the reports today saying there's a delay in it because of the payment structure. Maybe they are still negotiating, but I don't think it's as bad as it's trying to be made on or made out to be. I think it's been made out as if the deal's on the brink of collapse. I would be surprised at that. I don't think you get this far down the line and not have all your ducks in a line. Maybe I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt too much, West Ham that is, but I'm still feeling okay with this deal. So I'm discarding those reports today a little bit, but I'm just updating you with the rumours. Now before we go any further, it's time to bring out the lawnmower. This video is sponsored by Manscaped. Now before I tell you how to enter that, it's Father's Day coming up and they contain a lot of good gifts for your old man. Now you might not want to get your dad the lawnmower for a pube trimmer. It might be a little bit embarrassing saying, here you go dad, trim your pubes. But you might want to get your partner, who is the father of your kids, the lawnmower for. But there's also other stuff on there as well. They've got cologne, they've got the weed whacker, which does his nose and his ears. They've also got the new range of boxers on there. So there's something for everyone for Father's Day. And when you go on over there, use the link in the description below, or just go to manscaped.com. You put everything into your basket. When you go to checkout, use the code HammersChat, all one word. They'll knock 20% off your total and give you free shipping worldwide. Happy days. Now, one of you are guaranteed to have a lawnmower 4 in time for Father's Day. How to enter? It's quite simple. Make sure you subscribe to Hammers Chat, drop a like on this video and leave a comment below. Now, if you're leaving a comment about the transfer rumours or anyone you want West Ham to sign, great. At the end of it, just put the word Manscaped. That's all you have to do. In the comments below, just write the word Manscaped and we'll put you all into the draw. We'll pick out a lucky winner and someone will win a brand new lawnmower 4, which is highly recommended by myself and Gonzo. If you're not afraid to buy your old man a pube trimmer, do consider the lawnmower 4, but use the code HammersChat. So Manscaped in the comments below and you're entered. Right, let's get back to some transfer rumours, shall we? And coming up, other players I've never heard of. I'm going to have to pick it up off the desk actually to read these. The first one we've got, Matheus Arezzo. Now I know you're thinking, who's that? I don't know. He's a 19-year-old Uruguayan striker which has been touted as the next Luis Suarez. Now I hate it when this happens. I do. I hate it when a young player gets compared to essentially a legend of the game. And I know they're comparing style rather than ability, but just think the guy, I think he's played 8 games for his team. Granada, he plays for Granada. I think he's played 8 games so far. Had a brief look on Transfer Market. All the players mentioned in this video, by the way, there's a link to their Transfer Market profile in the description. So if you scroll right down, have a look. They're all there, so you can have a look. So he's barely played any games. Let the guy play football. Let the guy learn without labelling him up as the next Luis Suarez. I mean, there's enough pressure on young footballers these days without that, isn't there? So we're linked to him. Can't tell you anything about him though. Next up is someone else I can't tell you anything about. I bet you're glad you tuned in for this video, aren't you? Guilherme Arana. Now, this is a Brazilian left back that plays for Atlético Mineiro, 25 years of age, so he's got a little bit of experience behind him as well. Now, while he's still plying his trade out in Brazil, he is in the Brazil squad actually. So he's been called up for the full Brazil squad, got some caps as well. But again, can't really tell you much about him. We're not the only Premier League club being linked to him, though. Wolverhampton Wanderers are also being linked to him. And now, next up, we've got a player that you have heard of. But, I mean, surely this rumour's rubbish. Bergwijn of Tottenham. He looks to be leaving Spurs for around about 30 million. I mean, it's just getting less and less believable, isn't it? First of all, it's Bergwijn thinking, probably not. Tottenham, very unlikely. 30 million, extremely unlikely. Expected to go to Ajax. He's expected to join Ajax, but he's been linked to West Ham today for approximately 30 million. I mean, it would be a good signing, don't get me wrong. I think he's an excellent player. It's just not quite worked out for him at Spurs. Next up is a player we've all heard of, Juan Cuadrado of Juventus, 34-year-old Colombian international. He's having a bit of a contract dispute with Juventus. Juve want him to take less wages. He's unwilling. Still got 1 year to go on his contract though. So if Juve do sell him this summer, they want a little bit of money for him. And West Ham are being linked to him, as are one other club. And that other club is the most obvious club for him. When I tell you who it is, you're going to go, yeah, he's off there. But can't play anywhere down that right hand side. Right back, right wing back, right mid, right wing. He's good in every position. Got loads of experience in every position. And the funny thing is, if he was free, I wouldn't be against it, you know. I think with that experience and that talent, because he is talented, I think he's one of those that would do a job for a year. But he's not free. His wages are big. I just can't see it at all. I don't believe it. And the other team that have been linked to him is Roma. That's the most Mourinho signing ever. He's got Matic, adding Cuadrado. He's laughing Mourinho, isn't he? Anyway, being also linked to Paul Onuachu. Remember him? The Genk striker. We're linked to him loads last summer. We were all trying to look about, saying, well, who is he? What's he up to? The really tall striker. Then we got to see him in the Europa League. He was in the group stage against us. And I thought he looked alright in both games against us. I say alright. He didn't look very good, did he? He was average at best. 1 goal in the Europa League campaign, but 23 goals this season for Genk. So he's still banging in the goals in Belgium. But I think if West Ham were genuinely interested last summer, there wouldn't be any more of that Europa League. No, but in all seriousness, if we were genuinely interested in him, we would have made our move by now. I think we'd know if we were interested in him. Now, next up, we've got Bailey Cadamarteri. That's it. You know his dad, Danny. His dad used to play in the English Football League as well. But he's now at Sheffield Wednesday. His son's at Sheffield Wednesday, just 17 years old. He only just turned 17 as well. And he's been linked to ourselves and Brentford. Sheffield Wednesday are struggling to get him to sign a new deal at the club. To get him to sign his first professional contract, he's not really keen on doing it. He's still got 1 year to go on his scholarship though. Now, I can't tell you anything about him except that he's got quite a big reputation for... He was 60. He's just turned 17. But for a 16-year-old last season, he had a big reputation and people expect him to go on to sort of make it at the top level of English football, if you like. So, one to keep your eye on. But in terms of opinions, there's nothing really there. And last up, we got Kane Lewis-Potter. That player we've been linked to for ages now, the Hull City left winger. And the latest reports are that there are 3 Premier League clubs in the running to try and sign him this summer. Not really much reports between us and Hull, actually. I'm a bit surprised by that. Obviously, we know David Moyes went to the Hull City game to watch him in person, but nothing's come off the back of it. So either Moyes has watched him, decided he doesn't want him, we're doing things quietly in the background and no one knows about it, or we're just perhaps waiting to see. Maybe we've got other targets and he's a little bit further down the list. I'm not too sure, but I have to be honest, I'm a bit surprised. I thought we would have gone for him. I thought Moyes going to watch him was almost like the final thing, the final hurdle for this transfer to be done. So I was expecting us to make a move, but maybe we have, we just don't know about it. But that's the latest rumours anyway, that there are 3 Premier League clubs, unnamed of course, they're never named, are they? 3 Premier League clubs in the running for him. Sounds like a story that's that would suit Hull City more than any other club, shall we say. But anyway, there you go. There's your West Ham transfer rumours for today. The big one being Junior Adamu, the Red Bull Salzburg striker. The Manscaped Lawnmower 4 is up for grabs as well if you want to get involved in the comments. But if you've enjoyed this video, drop a like on it, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'll catch you tomorrow.